Testing 1 2 1 1 2. How's yeah, it's working. Try that. Can you guys hear us now?
That's the computer microphone.
Yes, that is a computer microphone.
I don't imagine that's going to be very good.
How is that? Can you guys hear us? Try again. 1 2 1 1 2 2 2 1 1 2. Oh, we love technology. It looks like it's working because you can see that it's going right up to the max there.
Do we sound like we're in a tin can?
Yes, it's working. Okay. I'm going to try plugging this back in now and see if that will work. Now, testing 1 2 1 1 2. There we go. That's working now. That is now working. Yes. Good. Okay, good. It's working. That's a good thing. So we wasted that whole intro.
Yeah, that was fun.
And that was funny. We were being hilarious, folks. If you could have heard it, you guys would have been rolling on the floor laughing.
That's too bad.
It would have been funny.
Yeah, I know.
Can we do it again?
No.
Okay. So we're at the trailer and we're having a blast. The question tonight, I think, is going to spark a huge amount of comments.
Debate.
There's a good word. I know the two of us, when we first saw it, we went down the rabbit hole.
We might have got into almost a fist fight.
We didn't get into a fist fight. That's just not true.
It was a disagreement.
It was a disagreement. It was a different views. It wasn't a fist fight. Gosh dang it. Now you're making it sound like you're yelling at each other.
Well, no, not yelling. Fist fighting.
Maybe you wanted to fist fight. Holy.
Anyway.
It's a controversial subject.
It is.
As soon as you bring the word God into any conversation, people seem to be irrational. Not that you were being irrational. That's not what I was saying.
And it wasn't that part that we were arguing about anyways. Because I God, universe, higher self, something.
Here's the question. I'm going to put the question up here. Boom. There we go. Mic's working again. It's going to be a long night. It's a universe. It doesn't like us. I think maybe it's coming out here. No, it's good. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I think it's coming back. Don't worry. We got you. Everybody just relax. We saw that mic went off. It came back on. So, again, you can see the question on the screen. In order to purify the soul, how can we best serve God? Now, let's take the word God out and put in
source or creator, whatever you want. Universe.
Yes, universe, whatever word.
Or if you want to use God, use that too.
Yeah, whatever word you want to, whatever label you want to put on the creator, you can put on. It doesn't matter. The question is, and the debate we had was, do we need to purify our soul?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of went back and forth on it. And it was funny because we each kind of we both kind of went in a different direction, and then we switched. And it was like, I was saying it was weird. It was like, yeah, and it's a weird subject. Higher power. That's a great name as well, yes. Miss Shelley. Like I say, whatever name that you want to put on it, you can put on it. And I say that when I'm doing sessions as well. Creator, the others, especially when I'm talking the other side, people like to call it heaven. People like to call it the astral realm. Whatever label, we humans seem to always want to put labels on everything. Mm-hmm. It's weird. I don't know why. So I am going to give you the first crack at this.
Oh.
Because I think you were able to articulate it very, very well.
Well, I will say that what I realized is there's a couple of different viewpoints here about the soul. So I've heard before, and I've adopted this belief that when we come to Earth, it's kind of like a school. And it makes sense for me because I was always an educator. So I believe my soul came down here to learn and to grow and to experience things that I couldn't experience anywhere else. And so I think that that is why we come here. Now, as far as the soul goes, I always thought the soul was perfect. We all were created perfectly in, what do they say?
The
image of God, or the divine creation. We are a spark of the divine. So there's that.
Can I interrupt there?
Well, I know where you're going.
When we say we're the spark of the divine, how I picture it is the creator is energy. And when the creator wanted to create souls, it exploded out a bunch of sparks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what souls are.
Spark of the divine.
Does that make sense?
That's.
I'm just trying to simplify, like put it into a picture form.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay, so anyway, what I thought about that is that we come here to experience things and to learn and grow. But what Kevin has for a viewpoint about the soul coming here and needing healing when it goes back, that was where we started to go, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, we both kind of went, well, hold on, because we're always
if
told
the soul's perfect, then how does it need healing?
And my thought process was, because we go through experiences or learning here on earth, that does some damage to our soul. So when we go home, that soul needs to be re-healed to become perfect again. So, but I don't think by living the perfect life here on earth do you purify your soul.
And there's another viewpoint. So some say that when you come to earth, that is one of the ways that you purify your soul, is by doing service for others, being kind to others, doing things that you love and enjoy, and having a lot of gratitude and all that kind of stuff helps you purify your soul.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I don't think it purifies your soul, because your soul came in purified. We wouldn't be on the other side unpurified. I think that's an impossibility. That's why we go through that transition when we go back home, where we don't just go bump and we're back into regular population on the other side, for lack of a better word. So we get healed. We go through that whole reintegration process. Thank you. That my guides gave me that word, reintegration. That's a good word. And it was my guides, not me. Okay. But so when we go through that reintegration, mm-hmm. that's when we go through our life review, and we figure out what was good, what was bad, what didn't work, what worked. And then we go for the healing that we need to get our soul back to what it was before we got here.
Yes. And I don't think that when we go to the other side that there's good and bad. I think there's experiences.
Yeah, I don't know
if there's judgment around that.
No, I think, like with that book we're listening to, what's that book called?
I don't know.
Soul of Journeys.
Book. Okay.
Journey of Souls.
Journey of Souls.
Journey of Souls is called. I'm gonna get the author, because I'm gonna highly recommend it, because I think it's an amazing book. It will mess with your belief system we have questions?
Yeah, well, people are, because it's been traumatized.
Journey
So-
of Souls by Michael Newton is the name of the book.
There we go.
Well worth the read. Anyway,
Yeah. So Shelley's saying, so are we created perfectly? And then as we go through our journey, that changes.
yes, because a
So-
child is perfect. A brand new baby coming right out of the womb is perfect. That soul is perfect. That's what drives me nuts about religions who believe that everybody has the original sin and you have to get baptized and blah blah. Souls, I believe, are perfect when we start, and we get what was the word you used? Experiences or challenges?
Experiences.
As we go through our experience in lives, I don't know well, I guess we can, because I've heard of shattered souls, because you can go and do a soul retrieval where you bring parts of the soul when traumatic things happen, whether good, like whether you did it or someone did it to you, that damages your soul. So you get that soul retrieval where you pick up the pieces and try to put it back together, basically, if you can picture it that way. That helps heal the soul. They say it's better to do the healing on yourself here rather than when you go home. It's more intense when you go home.
What do you mean it's more intense when you go home?
The healing is more intense. It's easier to heal here than it is there. No?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Like good karma. I'm not sure what that means.
Fragmented souls.
Like
Yes, it does.
Life review for understanding. I'm not sure what you're saying, Anita. Sorry.
Yeah, she's talking about when you go back, you do a life review to understand.
What
happened here on Earth.
Gotcha. And Jody's saying levels.
Yeah, ascending levels. As we're here on Earth, we ascend.
Yes. Shelley says, maybe we are pure when we reincarnate and have a chance to redo some lessons not learned in past lifetimes. So it's up to us to keep our souls pure. I think that's almost an impossibility, given the world we are in. There's so many things that we go through in life that's going to bring harm to our soul, that to live the ideal life, I think, unless you're Jesus, I don't think that's possible. Question mark? Asking you thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think it's something that as a collective we're striving for. And I think over the years, we've, as sparks of the divine that have come to Earth over and over and over and over, as they say, we have expanded and grown over that time. And I think that over time, and really in the next few years, the way I understand it, is we will be able to come to Earth and live, I wouldn't say maybe a perfect life, but life on Earth will be much more peaceful, loving, joyful than it is now.
Yes.
More light, because, oh gosh, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole.
Go for it. I love it. I know exactly where you're going.
Well, there's a lot of chaos in the world right now, and a lot of people are afraid and worried, and there's a lot of darkness, dark, heavy energy. If you go out there and start looking, you can see it in the wars, in the things that people are doing to each other. And I truly believe that it gets darkest before the light.
Always.
And so I always compare it to a kitchen renovation. If you're going to renovate your kitchen and make it better, sometimes it's got to get worse before it gets better.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes things have to be broken down, taken apart in order to rebuild. And I think that's exactly what's happening. There's a rebuilding that's happening.
I think that makes total sense. Sorry, I dimmed the lights because it's really freaking hot in here. And we can't turn on that air conditioner up there because then we'd never hear anything because it's
I
really
don't know if
loud.
that will help. But anyway, okay. So what else have we got on there? Because we're getting off track.
Jody Roberto says,
Yes,
go ahead, read that.
because whatever you have experienced, you have to heal back home.
Yes. So most of the experiences on earth are going to affect your soul in one way or the other.
And we came here for that.
That's why we're here. It's like, that's a good one. Again, my guides, it's like building a muscle. You have to like go past that point where it's going to hurt a little bit before it's going to get bigger. Right? So does that make sense?
I don't know. Yeah.
So for your soul to...
So what are we exercising though?
Your soul. You're exercising
your soul.
So you're like, picture it as your brain. You're exercising your brain. If you're learning, it goes back to we're going to school, and you're learning things. You're exercising your brain. Your brain becomes stronger because you're learning more.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
So you think that our souls are becoming stronger?
Yes. Do you want to go down that path?
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking they're becoming stronger. They're becoming brighter. They're becoming more ascended, I guess.
Yes. In this book we're listening to, because we listen to it when we're on the road, it basically describes the other side, and you kind of go through levels on the other side. And it's, if you can picture new souls being in kindergarten, and new souls doesn't mean that a soul was made earlier. It's just how often you've incarnated. You start in kindergarten, and then you go grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you, from what he talks about, so what this book is a doctor who hypnotizes people. Well, we're getting a lot of comments. He hypnotizes people and takes them back to being in spirit on the other side. And it's quite fascinating because he goes through the progression of being on the other side, and he meets different souls. And it's really quite interesting the way he goes through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of blew my mind a little bit, and in some ways disturbed me a little, because I had a viewpoint of the other side as being this wonderful, loving place. And yet the stories that the souls are telling on that side are a lot about, well, sometimes they regret the life that they lived. Like,
but it's not a judgment regret, though. Remember, he goes into that. It's a
well, it's a life review.
Yeah, it's a life review, and they don't judge you. It's not a judgy thing where you're like, oh, give me your hand.
No, there's no punishment.
No punishment kind of thing.
No, I get that part, but it's like that. I didn't think. I don't know.
No, say what you were going to say.
I was a little bit shocked that some of those souls were seemed a little upset with where they were and what was happening. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that was more the human talking about the soul,
maybe,
than the soul itself. Does that make sense how I said that? I know you would understand that because you heard the book.
Yeah. So I think, well, Anita said, I think that is why doing our own energy healing is so important. So when we're talking about the collective ascending,
yes,
when we do our own energy healing and we do our own work, then it affects everyone.
Yes.
And we talk about how if you want the world to change, be the change you want to see, kind of thing. I think this is part of why we're here.
Yeah.
To do our own work.
And it goes back to, once we're doing our own healing, our own soul healing, it goes back to, does it help others? Well, yeah, it's like going into the room. If you go into a room full of people and you're miserable, you're in not a great mood, you're going to bring the level of energy in that room down. If you go into that room and you're bouncing on your heels and you're happy and you're dancing, guess what? Everybody around you is going to do the same thing. You're going to bring the energy up. So when we're healing our soul here, it's brighter. The soul shines brighter. The energy's stronger. So people feel that. And we say it quite often when we're around certain people. Wow, I could really feel their energy. It was amazing. Even when we're doing readings with people, it's like, oh, that was a heavy reading. Like, I didn't like that energy. When, again, we're doing readings with other people, it's like, whoo, I love that energy. That felt really good.
And I think sometimes, like, it's not that you don't like the energy. You just know that that person is in a particular space or healing space that's in a energetic frequency that's a little bit harder to sit with.
Yes.
Than an uplifting, joyful thing. And there's, we can go down another rabbit hole about sitting with people who are in that space. But anyways.
Well, and this is a great question from Nancy down in Maple Ridge. How do we heal now? So we talk about it quite often. Mm-hmm. And because we do it on a regular basis, we just throw out these words and we assume people understand. And so if someone said, well, yeah, but how do I heal my soul now? Like, what's the best way I can do that?
Well, I think you got to put yourself into a space where you are not in that energy of worry, where your nervous system isn't upset, fight, flight, freeze. You've got to be in a space where you can allow your body to do what it does naturally, to heal. And lots of people have different ways to do that. I mean, lots of people talk about meditation, walking in nature, doing creative things that you love to do, keeping your mind in the present, and doing that as much as you can. It's to me, well, I've never found it that easy to stay in that place.
Yeah.
But the more that you move yourself into that space, I think it gets easier, and it's a practice and it's a discipline.
Well, and I think we talked about this many years ago, where I quite often tell my clients to change your outlook on life, you have to change your outlook on yourself. If you're going every day and it's like, oh, I gotta get up and I gotta go for work. Oh, my life sucks. I wish I had a better job. I wish my relationship was better. I wish. That isn't helping your soul at all, because that's negativity that invites darker energy, heavier energy to come in. What I suggest people do, and I believe I had you do this at one point, is on the mirror in your bathroom, whichever bathroom you use in the morning, put positive affirmations all the way around on Post-it notes. So you read them as you're getting ready for your day. It's amazing when you start your days saying, I think you still have some up on your mirror, and I deserve happiness. I deserve love, or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. If we put those around, so we say it every day to ourselves, even if we don't speak it out loud, if we just read them every day, guess what? it's type of brainwashing almost, but it works because it puts you in a positive frame of mind. So by being in that positive frame of mind, guess what you've just done? You went from being negative to being positive. Instead of attracting that negative energy, now you're attracting that positive energy. And the more positive energy we have, the better for our soul, and our soul can regenerate off that positive energy. A soul isn't going to heal when you're around negative energy. And if that's like yourself, if you're a negative person through life, that's going to do a lot of damage to your soul. So it's all about that mindset where um, it just changes all your perspective.
Yeah. And I mean, that's one tool.
Yes.
And it may or may not work for you. There's a lot of tools that
my
you can
goodness.
use.
Yes.
You know, it's like you got to find the thing that makes you tick.
But isn't it come down to that positivity?
Well, I mean, you can't be positive all the time.
You yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. So there was, and I'm not going to name any names, but I knew this particular person coming into, not you, that was positive all the time, positive all the time. And when she flipped into the room, it was like, hello, how are you? You know, like, and you just know underneath of there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain, and that's not good.
No.
People.
No.
So you don't want to, you know, the whole fake it till you make it isn't necessarily the best thing. I mean, you can fake it till you make it for a little while, but you can't continue to fake it till you make it, because eventually it's like holding those emotions underneath the water. I always talk about the beach ball. You can only hold it underneath of there for so long, and then they got to come up. And when they do come up, it tends to be a bit of a volcano.
Then what do you do?
So then there's a lot of tools that we can use to help move through those emotions. And a big part of it is realizing, first of all, that you have that emotion and where that's coming from, where that message is coming from. And then the whole idea is to put your arm around yourself or get someone to do that for you and to help you heal in that moment. It's like, you know, when a 2-year-old falls down and skins their knee, you grab them and you hold them and you let them cry and you let them move through that pain. This is a similar thing, only as an adult. And over time, we've pushed aside a lot of those emotions that we've been told are not proper, like anger and jealousy and shame and all of that stuff. And we can't keep holding that down. So positivity is good, but not at the expense of your expression of what you're really feeling.
Yes. I love it. I'm going to put this up. Have you ever seen, is it Gaia? Is that how you say it?
Gaia.
Trying to unlock your hidden healing DNA. All of ours are dormant, but you can find and request to reactivate it. Super cool. Tried this the other night. Can't wait to see what comes through.
Interesting.
Interesting. I've not heard of this. I mean, I have heard that everything we need, we have the ability to heal everything in our bodies. It's a matter of activating it. And you were like a real eye-opener for me when you said that you don't heal anybody. You give them the opportunity to heal themselves, even with all your modalities that you have.
Yeah, because healing is what your body does naturally.
Right.
So your body knows exactly what you need and how to heal. But sometimes we're in a state where we can't allow the body to do what it needs to do. And so that's what those healing modalities are. That's what they're all about, is putting the cast on the leg so you can heal your leg. I've used that analogy 100 million times, but
I have a cast in my leg, folks.
yeah. But who's doing the healing? It's not the doctor that put the cast on there.
And it's not the cast.
It's him. And so that cast is like what we do for healing modalities. We put you in a space where your body can do what it does naturally to heal.
Yes. Now, Anita says that she gets DNA activations and upgrades. I'm going to ask the question, where do you get that from? Like, is that have you experienced that before?
Well, there is, I mean, I don't know if this is the same, but there are people out there that have, that do activations, energetic activations and DNA activations. And also there's technological things that we can use to help activate certain cells and things too. So there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, we could probably really go down a huge rabbit hole, but the whole thing is that we don't want to get too complicated. The whole idea is that you naturally know how to heal and you naturally know what to do. It's just getting yourself in that space where you're listening to yourself within, because all those answers are there.
And sometimes it takes going to a practitioner. Anita mentions that Ken's Ascension group, he does a monthly, it's monthly, I think, healing session. It's a group healing session that he does. Or you can go to a private healing. Angela offers a healing session, very reasonably priced, I might add. How much is your healing sessions? $75.
Or you can get 3 for $150.
There you go. Because you're never going to be healed with one. It's like, I'm not going to put my cast on my leg and my ankle is going to be healed overnight. That's not the way the world works as my ankle starts to ache. But sometimes you need a practitioner to activate what's naturally inside us. And that allows us then to heal from the inside out. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly.
You need a cast.
Yes. And sometimes that's the cast.
Yeah. But I tell people to use your intuition and your guidance about who you want to work with and who resonates with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really important, because even through any training, whether it be your Reiki training or there's millions of people offering it, which is awesome, because you're not going to resonate or click with everybody. Some people you just don't click with. I happen to click really well with Ken Lewicki. I clicked with him immediately and we became very, very close friends. Other people don't, go figure, other people don't click with Ken. They're not his people. And that's fine. That's why there's other people out there doing what he does. What else?
Helping myself heal my MS.
Yes, that is from again, Nancy in Maple Ridge. I am helping myself heal my MS thanks to Angela's advice. Do you remember the advice you gave?
That was a while ago, but there's been a few people that actually have come to me with MS. And, I think that there's a lot of despair out there because it's a chronic illness or it's labeled as a chronic illness. But I always tell people, Donna Eden had MS. And
she doesn't have it anymore.
She doesn't. So I don't know in every case, because every case is different, but I know that there are ways that you can heal. And I just did an interview with a lady called Dana Wilder. And if you check my podcast, you'll see she had MS. She actually still has MS, but her symptoms are nearly gone. And so And she has a big, thick book on what she did to help herself. And basically, it's the same thing. It's like listening to yourself, listening to your own body, listening to your own intuition about what you should do next. And
Yes.
it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be given some time. You have to give yourself that time to sit. And if you need a practitioner to do that, at least to start, then that's what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, I don't think we talked about this last show. I'm sure we didn't because it had nothing to do with what we were talking about. When my surgeons went in to repair my ankle, Angela had been doing Reiki, and I shouldn't just say Reiki. Angela was doing healing
My
on my
healing,
ankle.
whatever I do.
Whatever, Angela Healing 101. Anyway, she was doing a bunch of work on my ankle, and we were both like, I don't know if it's working. Like, it still hurts. It hurts to walk, so we're not sure. Surgeon went in, and afterwards he came up and he was saying, well, it was weird because there was looked like what we thought was scar tissue, but normally if it's scar tissue, we'll touch it with our scalpel or our instrument and it'll just flake away. This didn't, so we left it. They told me this when I was in recovery, so I really wasn't coherent enough to even really grasp it. It went in and I remembered it. But then when we went to get the cast off and put the walking boot on, he told us again, and we didn't say anything. We should have, but we didn't say anything.
Doctors don't. Yeah.
We just kind of looked at each other with that knowing smile. It's like, yeah, we know what it was. If you check with the medical North American medical system textbooks, cartilage doesn't regrow. It's an impossibility. It just doesn't happen. My cartilage started to regrow. It wasn't just by accident. I know it was Angela's healing. Now, I still needed to get my ligament fixed. Mm-hmm. So there is a purpose for modern medicine. Don't get me wrong. Not everything can be fixed strictly by what I call voodoo. It's not voodoo. I know it's not voodoo. It's what word I use for it. I do it jokingly. Haha, I'm a comedian. I got yelled at. Somebody got really mad when I said it one time.
Well,
it's like, holy. So whatever that healing is, it's going to help you. It's the old case of somebody actively seeking to get better or someone sitting and going, well, I'm doomed.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You are, no matter what you say to yourself, you're right. If you have been given a diagnosis, I'm doomed, guess what? If you sit there and go, I'm doomed, you're going to be doomed. If you seek out or have the mindset where there's got to be something, a lot of times it can work. Not 100% of the times, obviously, but a lot of times, I'm living proof. Once again, yesterday, living proof that you can cure phobias, literally cure phobias. I was cured of a massive phobia of mice. Ask anybody that knows me. I used to scream like a little girl. My heart would race 1,000,000 miles an hour. Even if I saw a mouse across the street, I would do that. Yesterday, mouse ran across underneath the table within, a foot of me, 2 feet? And I went, oh, mouse. Didn't bother me at all. I actually thought it was kind of cute. It was like, oh, look, mouse. Mm-hmm. But I got healing done, found out why I had the phobia, and it was the emotion around that was taken away. So,
and healing happens in different ways. So, we talk about Jesus laying hands on people and these miraculous healings that took place where the blind could see and all of that. So there's that kind of healing. There's also healing where, I remember my mentor, Roxine, she would help people with cancer and she would help them with their pain. And that's basically what I did for Blaine. So I couldn't heal him per se, make his condition go away, yet I could help manage the pain to a place where he didn't have to take morphine or any of those things until the day before he died.
And
So there's different ways, and sometimes it takes time, and you have to have a little bit of patience, because sometimes there's emotional things that are involved with that as well. But in every instance, I believe that healing takes place to some degree, for sure.
sorry, I'm just looking at the notes Angela took through
Yeah, I
our
took a lot of notes.
through our discussion. And she took a lot of notes.
I'm a teacher.
I love that last bit that you wrote. All you need to know will be revealed to you in the time-space sequence, in the perfect time-space sequence. Translated, you'll know when you need to know. Simple. I love. Where did that come up?
That came up in a card, I
Oh,
think. I pulled a few different cards on this one, but yeah, it's like sometimes timing is everything, and sometimes we've chosen as a soul, I think, to go through certain experiences and learn from that. And so it's being real patient with yourself as you're moving through some of these things that are really challenging.
well, and there's another one there. Challenges. I remember this one. Challenges and situations that trigger us show us where we are not free. And I was like, what do you mean not free? We're always free. We have free will. But you corrected me, and
Yeah, well, I mean, this is Peter Crone. If any of you have listened to Peter Crone, he talks about belief systems that we grow up with as kids and we keep as adults. And lots of times we're not free to, or we don't feel like we're free to speak our mind or to do the things that we want to do. And when we get triggered by something, often that is a point to some underlying belief system that's keeping us from being free. And I find that really profound. Like, what am I afraid of? Like, what's holding me back? What's keeping me from being free to be me?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big one.
it is a big one.
That's a big, big, big one. What else do we have? Unblock, unlock, and move energy with us.
Mm-hmm.
What was she?
Moving energy. Because Anita's talking about, like, we are all made of energy, right?
That's what
we are all energy. Everything is energy.
Yes,
And
this
so
phone is actually energy.
yeah. And so we have a lot more control and power than we think of our energy. And so when we realize that, then we can do a lot more. It's just that we think that these things are solid. And everything is energy. Everything's movable. Emotions are energy in motion. We talk about that. You know, emotions that are coming up, they're just energy. And we feel like sometimes they're going to kill us, but they really can't. They can be transformed. They can move through. They can, I always say, give them to the trees. They'll
take
recycle them.
I think that's what trees do. Didn't we have this discussion?
Yes, I actually think I learned at some point. I always thought that, but then I think I got that confirmed through some kind of book or something, that trees actually do recycle energy or emotion.
Just like they without trees, we wouldn't be able to exist, because they
take carbon dioxide and they turn it into oxygen for
yes.
us. So I always felt like when I went out to mom and dad's or I came to the park, I could take those heavy emotions from my grief and I could just let them go to the trees, and then the trees would transform them. And I always felt better. And that's just, it's, again, a mindset, I guess. And also, I think sometimes our imagination isn't so much imagination. Sometimes imagination. Imagination. I think it's actually more real than we think.
Well, it's like for you coming into the park, you just feel the stress come off your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was going into Christina Lake or to Sycamoose, my two kind of my happy places. Just everything, all the troubles would drop away. That is a thing. Like, that's a physical thing that happens because we allow it. We go, oh, we're here, so we can give that away.
We can relax. And that's the whole idea, is that relaxing the nervous system so that your body can be in that state of relaxation and healing. That's where you heal.
Yes. Wow. I knew this was going to be a gooder.
Well, I don't know if we've answered the question, but we've sure gone down some.
Well, I don't think it's an answer. Like, I don't think there's a yes or a no, or if you do ABC,
yeah,
this is what will happen, because that is more of a, we'll know the answer to that one when
we get to the other side.
Well, or when we need to know.
Yeah. Well, this card that I pulled, I think I kept it aside because it talks about within you, there's this matter of contradiction. You're not just one thing, you're both. And the world is full of complexity and so many opposing perspectives, right? That it appears no one agrees. But I guess what I get for a message is that we need to remain open-minded and receptive to learning before dismissing something as foolish or dangerous or worse. Just allow yourself to listen without judgment, and you'll understand that many of the opposing and ideas and opinions can actually coexist. Like, there's truth in either side. And so it's not necessarily this or that. What they say is this or that are true.
And that's something when we went down this rabbit hole for an hour after our last Monday, more than an hour after our last Monday show, folks, it was one of those, we sat there and it was just like back and forth. And when she says it was a fist fight, it really wasn't. She's exaggerating. Because I would say something and she would agree, like she would be like, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then she would say something, I'm like, and she would say, oh yeah, that would make sense. So this card is really, really accurate, because it wasn't two opposing views. It was two perspectives. Yeah. And they were both I couldn't say she was wrong.
Yeah.
And she actually said I was right. And she would say something. I'd be like, well, dang it. You're right too. So how can we both be right? Like, we're missing something. What are we missing? And this kind of sums it up, where it says this and that are true. And it's so accurate.
Yeah. So it's saying the situation is not a time for choosing sides, but for respectful cooperation. And can you reach across and find a mutually beneficial solution? So
that's the key.
I think in the end, if you stay open-minded and you're able to collaborate with other people and explore and experiment, then that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and yes. I think it comes down to love. As long as we're staying in the realm of love, it can't go wrong. It's when we get into hate, anger, and all those other words, that's when it gets that negativity. Folks, this one I knew was going to be one of those episodes, and that's why we created this show, for this purpose. You guys freaking are amazing. For everybody that commented, from Nancy to Anita, Jody, Shelly, Armanda, everybody that has reached out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do me a favor. Dear Universe is our group. I believe most of you that are listening are probably part of that group, but if you're not, go and join that group. But also, please, 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 send that group out to others and let them know what the purpose of it is. The Dear Abby of spirituality. Yeah. And that's what we're doing. It's like, you ask a question, we're going to throw it out there. We're going to pick the best question of the week. It might not be, it's the one that got us going, usually is the question we'll pick. So post your questions in that group. If you're not comfortable posting the question publicly, send a PM to either one of us or an email. You can find us. I'm just going to go up to here, I think it is.
And while you're doing that, I want to thank the people who responded to that question.
Yes.
On Facebook, and there were some really good comprehensive answers on there that I was like, whoa, yeah, you guys are,
I love it.
You rock.
It's exactly why we started that group and why we're doing this show, because there's so many questions out there. There's so many questions we have. You should see some of our conversations sometimes. If we go down rabbit holes that we don't think we're ever going to recover from, it's like, holy. But I think it's healthy to have these discussions. I think it's very important to have these discussions.
And then go out and read, listen, see what resonates with you.
Yes.
There's always more to learn.
If you need help healing, she's the lady right there. Go to healingenergy.world. You can see all her availability there. If you want a reading with me, go to kevinthemedium.ca or Kevin the Medium on Facebook. You can find me there. We also do a session together. I still don't, and we talk about this on a regular basis. I find it weird that people just book with me and not with the two of us, because you get two of us, but she's like, Kevin, sometimes they just want the medium.
Messages, yes.
And that's cool. That's cool. It's either way. Go to healingenergy.world and you can find Healing Heart Session. That's when she's playing with her cards, pulling cards and sending healing. I'm connecting with your loved ones. And usually you're... I'm
healing and giving spiritual guidance.
Yes. Really. It's an intense. Anybody who's ever had a session with us, they always come out going, that was intense. That was so good. It's amazing. So, folks, until next week, we have no idea what the question is going to be, but we do know we will be here Monday night at 7 o'clock. Standard Mountain Daylight Time, or is that right? Central, I don't even know.
I just say Mountain Time right now. It's
easier. 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. in BC. Back east, that would be 9 p.m. So Miss Jody or Roberto stayed up past her bedtime to watch us. How cool is that? Yes, because she's way out there. I think it's 10:30 her time now.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she's 2.5 hours. It's a half hour later in Newfoundland. It's always a half hour later in Newfoundland.
That's rough.
Yes. Folks, thank you so much. We will be back next Monday.